Good day and welcome to the second try of how to adjust an automatic or manual one, but a mechanical watch done by the Dutchwatchdude. This time, I hope in 16:9 and not in portrait modus. People ask sometimes, actually more than once, how I do adjust a watch because they haven't seen many videos on YouTube that you actually can see what people are doing. It's not easy to make a close-up inside a watch, especially if you're not equipped with professional cameras and stuff. I only have my smartphone here, and it is a Samsung A9, and that thing have 4 cameras, so I thought I should give it a try to make a close-up, because with 9 cameras, 4 cameras, there should be one equipped for this job. Well, as you can see, it does. To start right away, here you see the release wheel spring, and if I can find my toothpick, here it is. This ruby is the heart of the whole tune part. There are 2 parts you can actually move. This one and this one. Please forget this one. You don't want to mess with it, because if you do, you will probably spend the rest of your life adjusting your watch to something that will never keep time in a way it should. I'm also really nervous that I will stick my toothpick inside of the spring, because then I can make a video how to remove a spring from a watch, and I really don't have the time to do that. Also, not the talent. That's another story. This part, however, you can move. You can move it to the left, to the right, to the front or the back, just depending on the position it is. You can see the plus sign, you can see the minus sign, and just for the people who don't are smart, if you put it to the plus side, it will run a little bit faster. If you put it to the minus, it will run a little bit less fast. So if your watch is running too fast, you will move this part a little bit to the minus side. If your watch is too slow, you put it a little bit to the plus. I can probably even show you, because this watch is already quite of. Just for your information, I am watching what I'm doing through the screen, so it's kind of hard. Actually, it's impossible without damaging the watch, and I'm not gonna do that just to make a YouTube video. I know there are a lot of videos around that people mess up their stuff just to get some views. Well, look at my numbers. That will not work. I don't think anybody is wondering what kind of movement this is, because it's quite big. Psycho, a 17 watts manual movement. It's a 6,000 and maybe, yeah, it's written down right here, but the light is not good enough to show it. But it is a watch from 1974. It's kind of broken after some experiments from my side and more the previous owner, but it is running, so it's a very good watch to practice my skills and, for example, to make a video like this. I can repeat it because I always learned at school, if you tell something twice, people just have to remember it, otherwise you better can just give up. Here is the spring. The spring can be adjusted a little bit to make it run fast or slow. If you want to run it a little bit faster, you push this little point to the plus side. If you want to make it run a little slower, you put a little point to the minus side. That is actually all. Just don't try to run. You have to take very little steps, otherwise you keep adjusting it slow, fast, slow, fast, slow, fast. If your watch is off by a few minutes, you really have to push it a little bit in the right direction. Don't start it from, let's say, the middle to the first dot or the second dot, because then you are almost talking about hours that you are adjusting depending on the caliber. I know, for example, for this watch I have no idea. Other watches I tried, it is really very little movement needed to get things right, because most of Seiko movements are actually pretty accurate. You are actually they are almost all the time running within the specifications on the data sheet. If you want closer, let's say 2, 3, maybe 4 seconds a day, it is possible, but yeah, then you really have to work with very small steps. But it can be a very satisfying result, because you get a watch that is actually working better than some of the mega expensive brands. I know people who have an Invicta that is actually running better than a Rolex, and that is kind of funny, because if you know the price of an Invicta and the price of a Rolex, yeah, of course, if you are talking about build quality and things like that, you don't even get close in an Invicta. I don't like Rolexes personally, but they are absolute stunning. The work done is awesome, but yeah, they are really overpriced, and they are not running as accurate as many people think. And a lot of people are actually way too easy. If they buy a mechanical watch and it is 4 minutes a day off, they say, yeah, but it is not a quartz. Well, they can run really good if you have a good watch. And the excuse that it is very expensive, so you have to accept it because otherwise you look kind of stupid. I hear it all the time. People pay a lot of money for a watch. It's running 3 minutes a day behind, and they say, yeah, but it is a mechanical watch. It's part of the deal. Only if you have a bad watch or a cheap watch, because it can easily run within 5-6 seconds a day, and even better. And you don't have to spend thousands of euros or dollars, just where you live, to get a watch like that. That is one of the big things, big advantages of Seiko. They do that for quite a little bit of money. Anyway, I hope I did explain a little bit how to adjust your watch. If you have a steady hand and you have the right tools to open the watch, never open a watch with anything else than the right equipment, because you are damaging the case, your hands probably, and your watch is really looking bad afterwards. Toothpick is probably not the best tool. I used it to point out the right place, but try to use something that cannot splinter or leave behind parts inside of your watch, because if you drop anything inside a mechanical watch, you will never get it running good again. And getting a watch completely how do you say it? If you take it apart completely, it will be a very expensive thing, and a watchmaker will probably give you a bill of a bigger bill than your watch ever will be worth. Thank you for watching, and see you at the next video of the Dutch Watch Dude.